All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol FCEL, Fuelcell Energy Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back. And as we jump into this chart, I want to announce to everyone the launch of my Twitter. I have a Twitter account now. You can find the link down below in the description. And stay tuned till the end of this video because I will be sharing with you guys a ticker symbol you want to add to your watch list. I'm not here to tell you guys to buy, sell, or hold, but I am here to enlighten you guys onto why you want to add it to your watch list. And there's so many catalysts helping that ticker symbol moving forward. Now, Fuelcell Energy Inc. has had a run this week, right? It was falling and it looked like it was going in a downhill slope. It broke through the support that was very important here at 1042 slightly and then quickly after just starting to run up. And then from that point forward, it's just been hitting newer resistance levels. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever came across any of those Instagram posts or a Twitter account post, or I don't know, just a picture, right? That it shows you if this candidate or if this presidential elect or this cabinet, right, Republicans or Democrat Party, whatever it is, wins the election, these are the stocks to buy. I don't know if you guys have ever came across that or any videos like that. Well, the reason why many different sectors, you'll notice there's a lot of sectors that if you find one of those posts or if you want to look it up, you'll find a post where an Instagram post shows you, you know, if the Republican wins, these are the stocks to buy, and if the Democrat wins, these are the stocks to buy. So when you see those, there's a lot of other companies that are competing with those companies within the same sector, and they're all reaping, right, and benefiting from these posts and also from each, candidate, because one party is favoriting one type of influence and legislation to help these sectors, and the other party is favoring those legislations to help those sectors. So the best way to really realize how these catalysts are forming and why they're happening is by looking up that information. I don't know if you guys have ever came across it or screenshot it and saved it, because it was going to have an influence. And it's not because of those specific companies, it's because those specific sectors are favorited to be supported and, funded is the word, by each different party. Their funding is different, their funding plans. So one party is favoriting funding in one sector more than the other, as to oppose the other party is favoriting to fund in one sector opposed to the other. So when you look it up, you can really tell what type of catalyst is going on. I mean, a lot of the energy sector is flying. A lot of the EV sector is flying. A lot of companies like SNDL, Tilray are flying. And that's all because one side is more inclined to fund and also have some legislation passed that actually affects it in a positive way, those sectors, than the other. And if you look up what the other legislation and the other sector has, you could see that some of those stocks are actually falling, the opposite, because those legislations and funding won't be available anymore, or will be a little bit less. I'm not saying that those companies are going bankrupt or they're disappearing, but you can really see that influence going on right now. Like, one of the top dogs when it comes to energy, right, is NextEra Energy. I don't know if you guys are familiar with NextEra Energy, but NextEra Energy has actually done a stock split, right? Back in around, I think it was November. Stock split, it fell a little bit, it leveled off, and it's continuing. This was worth like almost $300 before the split. You can see the split. This is when the split happened, actually. Excuse me. Right here. And they did a 4-to-1 split. And now it was like kind of hanging out in the same area. It ran up to that point. It was holding up. And now it actually has started to run up since the 6th. It's just been running up, and it might continue. And this is like a big deal stock. This is like the top dog when it comes to utilities and so forth. I think it's interesting. And I mean, everything in these sectors are having an impact, and you want to kind of be in the top dogs type of deal. Now, these are all being moved too, and they have a lot of opportunity, but you want to keep that in mind. You want to look for the top dogs in each of their sector. Like, for example, in the EV sector, there's so many out there, but we have the top dog right here. Look at that. Just running. This was going to run regardless, but now it's probably going to run more than ever, according to what a lot of analysis are saying. Now, some people are saying, well, the competition's catching up and things can get a little tough for Tesla. That's another also thing. But what I'm trying to get at is, like, there's companies that are smaller than others in the same sector, and then there's the bigger companies. Now, I'm not saying that Fuelcell is a terrible buy or a terrible company, or this is way too small. I mean, this thing here has a lot of opportunity and innovation, but I just wanted to throw that out there for you guys to open up to other stocks and be aware of these sectors overall and not just focus on Fuelcell. I know a lot of you probably know about Fuelcell and you're focusing on other things, but I want you guys to be enlightened to not just narrow in on just one of each sector. Look for multiple stocks in the same sector, see how they're competing, and see how they're different. Because Fuelcell has a niche, and that's what you want to remember. It's not like it's perfect or terrible. It has a niche, and that niche is what makes Fuelcell Fuelcell. Now, NextEra Energy is like overall everything, right? And a big deal of innovation moving forward. So you want to be well informed on all these different sectors. But interesting enough, these stocks have been running up, most of them. And it's so interesting. So if you ever came across that, I suggest looking at what one party favors more than the other, and then look at the opposite and see the ones that are down, and then see the ones that are up, and see on which side and which party each one favors, or which one's going to receive more funding, or is going to be in a positive reaction due to one party than the other. I highly suggest doing a research on that. So, resistance was broken through. Let's look at our new resistance. I know I rambled on about all that stuff, but I showed you guys some other examples of some other things that you may have overlooked or you knew about and you just completely forgot, because sometimes as investors, we just focus in on what we're invested in and we forget what other opportunities are out there. That happens to me all the time. So I just wanted to go ahead and mention that. So the highest point reached here is 1548. 1548 definitely needs to be broken through by the bulls to reach newer highs and new resistance levels. The 50-day moving average is 1341. As long as we're above it, we're in bullish territory. The moment we're below it, we're in bearish territory. So we have a few different support levels here to look at, but we're going to look at this one right here. This is one of the lowest points as it continued to dip before it recovered in the last couple of hours of the day. And I want to talk about this low here where it leveled off at 1376. If support gets broken through, this is the next support level to watch how this stock is doing between 1462 and down here at 1376 to see if the bulls are trying to reappear and bring this back up, or are the bears pulling this one down fast and quick, closer and closer to 1341, the 50-day moving average, to end up in bearish territory. So I want every single investor to be aware of this, keep this in mind, and pay close attention to it. On the other hand, we have our resistance. For this momentum to continue, the bulls have to break through resistance. They need to turn 1525 into a support, break away from it, reach newer highs, new resistance levels, and pull their way up further away from the 50-day moving average in an upward direction. So I want to emphasize that 1525 needs to be broken through and turn into a support. As always, I hope with this information and these cues, you guys are well equipped for tomorrow's trading day. And I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys what is the stock you want to add to your watch list. Well, you guys are probably going to get surprised, but this ticker symbol is WBA, Walgreens Boots Alliance. This stock, WBA, has to get added to your watch list. I'm not here to tell you guys to buy, sell, or hold, but you definitely want to keep this one on your radar. I go into more detail about it and a full thorough analysis down below in the description. I put the link to that video, so check it out. Don't forget to join my Twitter, and if you're a first-time viewer and investor, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Click on the bell to not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community. Don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. And thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.